everybody. Today is Tuesday, July the 28th, 2021. And I've been trying to figure out like how I'm going to, how do I want my vlog, or I guess that's what you call it. How do I want to set it up, or do I want to set up like a way that I'm going to, or the way that I will convey a message to you guys. And, so really I thought one way, and then I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. That doesn't sound good. But I think I've kind of got the right idea. Instead of me reading my 3-minute devotionals to you, I'm just going to go off of, like, today when my reading was Luke 19. And just kind of convey to you, and I'm not going to read the chapter for you, so if you guys want to read it, pause me, you read it, and then come back. Because I would love to hear your questions and even your input. Because every day I'm learning. Okay, so that said, I don't know if any of you guys caught what happened at the Department of Justice today in Washington, in D.C. Anyway, they were having the commission on, the event that happened in January that people are sitting in jail for without due process, and this, we've been told that the guards are beating them. Now I don't know that for certain, but that's what I'm going off to. When I tell you stuff, I'm going off of stuff that I know has came from a reputable site like President Trump, or even like what happened in January. So anyway, I want to digress. So Marjorie Greene and Matt Gaetz, and there was a few other Republicans, other members of the GOP there, and they were giving a live account of their attempts to, in front of the Department of Justice, and their attempts to have a dialogue with them and find out what went on in January. But if any of you watched, and it was weird because it kind of overlapped with the committee that our Miss Piggy arranged to investigate the event that happened in January. Anyway, so they had these 4 Capitol Police people they were to be given give their testimony on what happened that day. And while her committee, and then when they were all done giving their testimony, the committee had the opportunity to ask any of them a question. But oh my gosh, it was so funny. But I don't want to get. It was funny. I watched it for about 2 hours, and then I was like, I'm done. I can't watch anymore. So then I got a notification that Marjorie Greene, the GOP, Marjorie Greene and Matt Gaetz was having a live news, breaking news or news brief. Not breaking news. And anyway, there was a guy in the back. I imagine it's part of the Swamp Creatures, but this guy in the back the whole time. There was 3 speakers, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, and I forget the other guy. Anyway, the guy with the whistle in the back, and I thought, you thought, okay, well, he's going to pass out in a minute because he's been blowing that whistle for a while. And you could tell when he got tired. But then we had protesters come and basically stop the whole, they were finished anyway, but they kind of like, their security guards got them away. But yeah, we had these other protesters up there as well. But anyway, I'm just thinking, it just keeps getting more and more bizarre and more bizarre. It's hard to even explain this to somebody without laughing. It's so that ridiculous. But anyway, okay, I'm trying to get my videos down, so anyway, I would like to get them down to at least 7 minutes. So if y'all had a chance to read your Bible. All right. So in Luke chapter 19 it comes out in that book, and it's Jesus comes to Zacchaeus' house. Well, you've all heard the story of Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he. He climbed up top of the sycamore tree for all the something like that. I forget. It's been a long. Climbed on top of the sycamore tree. You know, sometimes you got to be, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Anyway, but Zacchaeus was, he was a chief tax collector, and he was also rich. So when he knew that Jesus was coming, he went out and climbed this. He knew it being his height that he'd never see Jesus over the crowd. So he climbed up a sycamore tree, and when Jesus was passing by, he took notice of him. You know, and I think Zacchaeus didn't even realize that, you know, he was even going to notice him, but he took notice of him. And he said to him, let me read to you what he said. He said to him, let's see. Jesus saw him, and he said to him, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for today I must stay at your house. So he made haste and came down and received him joyfully. This is what, okay, so when Jesus noticed him, he made it, I guess maybe it could have been, you know, circumstances the way they were, but I think Jesus was making a point to him, and, you know, that he was faithful, he's persistent, you know, he just wanted to see Jesus. Anyway, so Jesus notices him in the tree, and he said to him, you know, he basically said, come down, get ready, because I'm going to be at your house. And so Zacchaeus was, you know, I'm sure he was excited. And anyway, so he came on down, and the public, of course, here's you go with the public, and this sounds like sort of what we're dealing with now. But but when they saw it, this is the public, the crowd, when they saw it, they all complained, saying, he has gone to be a guest with a man who is a sinner. And then when Zacchaeus heard this, he responded to them. He said, look, he said to the Lord, he said, look, Lord, I give half of my goods to the poor, and if I have taken anything from anyone by false accusation, I restore fourfold. And Jesus said to him, today salvation has come to this house, because he also is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man has come to seek and to save that which was lost. That's just a beautiful conclusion. What's such a beautiful little story, but it has so much meaning. You know, I try to wrap in what I go through in life. Like me and my daughter were broke down on the side of the road, and you know, I was like, you know, this is just, we've just gotten so complacent that we really need to wake up and, you know, and start becoming interactive with one. I'm not talking about on YouTube because, or social media, but I mean like actually begin interacting with one another. Call, you know, anything, or FaceTime one another. There's so many options that we didn't have when I was younger, but I miss interacting with people. Okay, so now the next story in the Bible was the parables, in Luke 19 was the parables of the Minas. Where am I? I'm not doing great. I may have to, let me read this to you, what the focus was. It said, Luke describes Zacchaeus as a tax collector. Wait, that's not what. I was talking about the Minas. Sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry. Back up. Beep, beep, beep. All right, the parable of the Minas. And this is Luke 19, 11 through 27. The parable of the 10 Minas describes a case of absentee ownership and management by proxy, reflecting government practices in Palestine, where Rome owned the region but left its administration to local governors, such as the infamous Herods, I don't know how you say that, Herods, I believe. Jesus' disciples believed the coming of his kingdom to be imminent. They needed to understand that its arrival would be delayed for an unknown amount of time. In the time until Christ's return, they had a job to accomplish. The Lord has given each one of his followers resources to manage and put to good use. These resources include our skills, jobs, time, wealth, networks, bodies, intellectual abilities, and more. Eventually, we will give him a full accounting of how we used to give these gifts. Jesus puts this lesson in the form of a parable and was obviously talking about more than the wise management of money. He made it clear that he expects his followers to live out their days with an eye toward his return, and he will ask us what we have done with our lives and will reward us accordingly. This story is similar to the parable of the talents and was probably a story that Jesus told frequently. I'm not going to go back there and read it, but I could go and read the focus note. It says quality, not quantity. But for time reasons, I won't do that today. All right. Oh, here is it. Read Romans 14:12 and 1 Peter 4:5 for more accountability. For more on the accountability we give, we will each give to God. I think that's important. I'll probably go back and read that later. I do try to read all my focus notes, but yeah, it's 19's packed with quite a bit of stuff. If I get some more ideas, let's see what I wrote down here. Okay. So we went through the story of Zacchaeus. I'll tell you, just one little section in here, I could talk for 30 minutes, but yeah, I don't want to do that. So look, so the other thing in chapter 19 was we talked about the parable of the Minas, and then the next section on 19 would be, okay, it would be Luke 19:41 through 44. Jesus weeps over Jerusalem. And I'm not going to go over these because, and then Jesus cleanses the temple. That's Luke 19:45 through 48. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to cut this one short. I'll probably do another video today to talk about the rest of Luke 19. Anyway, if you have any questions or any input for me, I so enjoy hearing from you guys. Yeah, I feel like I've got like a family on YouTube, and if I dare tell my kids about it, yeah, they'll say, "Mom, you've lost it," but I really hadn't lost it. This is my way of finding something to do with my time while I don't have a vehicle. So I'm just gonna make the best out of it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna get better and better. I promise you. You guys have a blessed day, and I love you. God bless the USA and God bless the world. Amen. Bye.